Raki, how did you enjoy the movie?
I think it was excellent, and I think the actors did a phenomenal job. It was really a very good movie. Good message.
Who's your favorite actor in the movie?
The father who played Vajid, I really enjoyed him, Vahid.
I really enjoyed him as well. I thought it was a very thought-provoking movie. So we both really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Good evening. We just watched a terrific movie called More, and I'm actually talking to one of the person or people who just watched the movie and getting some movie review. So, hello there. Just want to get a movie review of More. How did you like it? What do you think about the movie?
The movie is very touching, very serious. If you start getting into the movie within 10-15 minutes, you're engrossed. And it's touching really serious subjects like, the simplicity in life that exists out there where, it's very little development, pretty much, very rural. And you come to the city life, you take a lot of things, good and bad, mostly bad, for granted. So one of the scenes where it comes out and says, this is your first time in Karachi, was really telling on how we have actually taken the social, all the bad things that are happening in the society, for granted, that's part of the society. So if you look at it, right, you look at all the copying going on for degrees and stuff, and that is considered to be not too bad, right? So from that perspective, I think, it was a really, really touching movie. Thank you.
We had a terrific screening of a sold-out show of the Pakistani movie and film drama called Moor. I'm just talking to one of the viewers here, Mr. Nadeem Zaman. In conversation with Mr. Nadeem Zaman, trying to ask him how he liked the movie, what he liked about the movie, what was the best part that got him engrossed. So in conversation with Mr. Nadeem.
First of all, thank you so much for bringing this movie to Dallas. As a president of Pakistan Society of North Texas, it was an awesome opportunity for all our members to watch a movie that's close to our heritage, that's close to our culture, and the opportunity to bring the people together. And that's one of the reasons that was a sold-out movie. The part that I like the most is, beside the cinematography, the beautiful scenes, were actually the portrayal of the heritage, the Pashtun culture, how it was portrayed, and the importance of the character, More, the mother, and how it was related to the land as being a mother. So it was a beautiful movie. Really enjoyed it.
Wonderful. I really want to thank Indie Mem, Pakistan's entry into the 88th Academy Awards. It is directed by Mr. Jami Noor, and the lead actor is Mr. Hamid Sheikh. So, Indie Meme, thank you so very much for bringing a wonderful movie to Dallas at the Angelica Theatres. Thank you so very much. We just watched a wonderful, intensely made movie by Jami Noor. It was a sold-out show at the Angelica Theatres in Plano. On the site, we have TV Asia and Aina TV covering the event. With me, I'm in conversation with Mr. Bertweiss, who watched the movie with us. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Good job. I'm sure it's better than I can do with your name.
So, thank you so much, Mr. Bertweiss. I really want to ask you a couple of things about the movie. What you felt about the movie? Could you relate to it? Were there some, especially the character in the movie, played by Wahid? Is that something you related to? It was a South Asian movie, and I see you. I'm not sure if you come from a South Asian background, but just tell us everything about what you felt about the movie.
So I come from Philadelphia. That's a very far away from Southeast Asia. But I thought the film was extremely beautiful. I mean, aside from all of the sense of history and all the sense of story, it was so very beautifully told. So many moving, beautiful shots. Also, the way the film was edited, in terms of bringing the three stories in different time frames and the way it was quickly cut, I thought was very beautifully cinematically. I also think just the idea of railroads, you think about a lot of American films, railroads are kind of like a key symbolic thing about change, about moving, about progress, and using that as a central theme through this story that most people don't know about, I thought was really quite amazing. And when it comes to stories about parents and fathers and mothers, and which is really at the core of what the story is, I mean, it's quite universal. So even though, you know, it's not my experience, although I did go on a trip to Pakistan to show American films to people in Pakistan so they would understand what American films are. And it's really great to have ndie bring Pakistani films here to the United States so people can truly get an understanding of, you know, what the world looks like. And I think that's really kind of an important thing.
That was a wonderful movie review. Thank you so much, Mr. Bertweiss. I'm talking to a few people here. I have Teresa with me, who will give me a movie review of a wonderful movie that we just watched. So, Teresa, tell me how you liked the movie. What is it that you liked about the movie, especially the main character, Wahid, or maybe his son, the relationship between the two, the ending of the movie? What is it that just stood out?
All of the above. I am here as a Brazilian citizen, naturalized American. I live in Dallas for many years, and I hope the director and the actors know the multicultural environment that we have in Dallas, which is wonderful. It's one of the best things about living in the U.S. And it was such a treat tonight, you know, knowing the difficulties of Brazilian filmmakers to have built a Brazilian movie industry, and they went through exactly and still go through the difficulties that the director, it was such a treat to have the director talk to us by Skype just now after the movie. It was amazing. I loved everything. The soundtrack was amazing. I mean, I can't wait to buy CDs, and yes. And I came completely by myself. I have excellent friends from Karachi here in Dallas. I learned a few words in Urdu. They learned a few words in Portuguese. And my best friend, I love her as a sister, is Shenaz Farouki here in Dallas, lives in Mesquite. And she couldn't come tonight, but I loved everything. I want to learn more about Pakistani film industry. We only hear about Bollywood, and I didn't even know pretty much anything. I didn't know about the director. I just heard about it in the newspaper, and I ran to be here tonight, and I can't wait to learn more about the railroad issue and the father-son. It was moving, and I loved it. I am a movie buff. I see movies from all over the world, and it was such a treat. I learned so much. The organization of the event, you guys, I'm just flabbergasted. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Christina. That was such a wonderful movie review. A very good evening again. We just had a sold-out screening of the movie Moore, and we've got some wonderful people giving us movie reviews. I have with me Mr. Jack, who's going to give me a movie review of the movie. I want to really know from him as a man how he felt the movie was. The movie actually revolved around a lot of men and the relationship between a father and a son. And towards the ending, it's more men. I know the name of the movie was Moore and Mother, but really the movie revolved around a lot of men and relationships. So how if you could share something about that?
You know, this a very, very touching movie to me, actually at a personal level, because I have seen this myself, what has happened in the subcontinent in last 30 to 40 years. Is this transition, and this transition has happened in two phases. The phase one of the transition was the movement of the economic activity from this rural land-based, almost agricultural background to this more service-based economy, more city-centric, and a lot of people, you know, moving from the rural areas into the cities, and the whole center kind of moved there. And then the second phase of that was when the cities themselves started to expand and grow, because that's where the center shifted, and they started encroaching upon the rural areas where the people had actually moved from. So that was kind of shown in this film as well. The essence of this transition captured extremely well. You know, the other point to answer your direct question, right? So I almost, because you know my grandparents, my parents, my uncles, my cousins who are in India now have gone through this transition, and I have kind of gone through that. So at a personal level, I almost feel like some of these characters, I know them personally, right? So at the end of the day, again, what has happened is the other thread running through the movie is the loss of what I would say the post-independence innocent idealism that used to exist. You can say it is good, you can say it is bad, but really at the end of the day, it just is.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that movie review. That was excellent. A very good evening again, folks. We are at a sold-out event at the Angelica Theatres in Plano. I have with me the
promoter of the film, yeah.
the promoter of the film, Tripti Bhatnagar. She is the promoter of the film and Indie Meme's partner. So, in conversation with Tripti Bhatnagar, I just wanted to ask Tripti as to she's been bringing movies. I think this is her 4th or 5th movie, and it's a sold-out event. So, tell us more about it, Tripti, to the South Asian people in Dallas.
All right, good evening to all of you. Thank you, Aina TV and TV Asia for being here. Indie Meme was started 2 years back, and we started with just bringing some indie cinema from South Asia. And just because the films were lovely and we wanted people to see it, and there was a niche audience that we found that who were really interested in watching it. And slowly and steadily, as with any other thing that one starts, it really grew out to be something really different. We felt that these films could be used for social messaging, and which is what we do. So now Indie Meme has become a credible platform wherein people can engage in social dialogue. And these social dialogues are started with using the films. So the films can relate to social issues. We've done films from women empowerment to illegal organ trade, and our endeavor is always to bring the filmmaker in, because that really empowers the discussion. Apart from that, we try and tie up with all organizations within the community so that they can engage and either create awareness on the social issues, or they can discuss it more, and we do a lot of fundraising with those organizations and help them spread the word far and wide. So that's what Indie Meme is all about.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tripti. I interviewed a few people after the show, and they had all good things to say about Indie Meme. They said the organization, the planning, the movie, the interviews, everything was just amazing, especially having the movie director on the camera. That was just an out-of-the-world experience. So I really want to thank Indie Meme, also having letting TV Asia and Aina TV promote this event. So thank you so much, so very much, Tripti.
Yes, thank you, Radhu. I wanted to also add to it that Moor has been a very, very special screening because it is our first Pakistani film. We have done films from India, we have done films from Sri Lanka, but this has been our first Pakistani film, so it was very special. It's been a long journey getting the film here. We were supposed to have the filmmaker Jami, but he had certain immigration issues and he couldn't come in. So it has been a very great experience, a very big learning experience, and we feel a lot of the community has come together on different issues and to discuss and to form a network. So it's been really good. It's been really good for us too. Thank you so much for appreciating.
Thank you.